Hey guys, first product review I want to do in my new series around products I've had for at least 1 year in my gym is my Edge Fitness Systems Safety Squat Bar, otherwise known as an SSB. I bought this initially as kind of a change up to some back squats, just to give me some variety. I don't personally have any shoulder issues. I do have a friend who has shoulder issues who's used this. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But for me, it was just an idea of getting some different variety in my squat routine. I want to start the review off. I'm going to reference my notes here a little bit. I'm going to look at price. So compared to market, theirs is currently listed at $225. I bought mine, I believe it was right around that price point, just over a year ago, right around the Black Friday window. I got free shipping, which seems to be their typical deal during Black Friday. As of right now, as of filming this, they have a 10% off deal. I can't say that that's going to last for very long, but comparison, so theirs is $225. Elite Fitness is $319. Black Widow training gear is $299, Rogue is $395, and then the only other offerings that I know of that are anywhere close to this, Westside offers one, and theirs is crazy expensive, and Kabuki Strength offers theirs, which I don't know if it's fair to put them in the same category, because Kabuki's is modular in a lot of different facets, but theirs is up really stupid high. So simply on market price, the Edge comes in a good $70 cheaper than even the closest competitor, and that's without discounts. In terms of overall quality, fit and finish, from a shipping stance, the bar came perfectly. There was no dings, no issues, no anything like that. It's a little janky at first when you get it. You can see the camera a little, so you can see the pads come up right here, all the way up to the bar, which is exactly how it should be. When they first come, you have to install the handles, which aren't attached for shipping purposes. Obviously, that's a way for them to cut down on costs. You put these guys up into a piece here, you crank down on some bolts, and then you shove this up over. Initially, I was actually afraid I was going to tear the pad, but I've undone this once or twice, readjusted, recentered the handles and stuff, those kinds of things, and there's been no damage to the pads at all. So don't worry about that if you guys get it. Again, it's a little weird at first, but once on there, this is exactly how an SSB should look. The pad up here is nice and firm, but also has a little bit of give, so you don't end up with any neck issues or any strain. And these pads are extremely firm and dense, which is exactly how it should be, in my opinion. I have seen others say that they had issues, but they also fully admit that they have some crazy clavicle issues going on in their shoulders. And they've had issues with other bars, with things like helmets and all kinds of stuff. So in terms of how has it held up over the year, I mean, in my mind, it's almost perfect. So I'll move the camera as we go through, and you can see. So you've got a couple of small little pieces right here, nothing crazy, a little scratch right there. You see almost no wear and tear on any of the pads. I'll go ahead and rotate. There's nothing. I mean, these look brand new. The handles look great. Little scuffs here and there, small little stuff, nothing big. All the way out to where the bar actually racks on the J-cups. So I'll rotate the bar. So again, you can see, a couple of dings, a little bit here and there. Nothing crazy. In fact, a good part of that is just because of the red paint that I decided to paint my J-cup with. And then we've got the sleeve itself. From my perspective, this powder coat is holding up extremely well compared to most bars that I've worked with for a specialty bar. This bar's probably seen, I'd say 30 plus squat workouts, somewhere around there, all with iron plates, sliding on and off, collars, etc. So for the sleeve to be holding on to as much powder coat as it currently is, which is probably about 70+%, I think that's pretty good. You can see the welds are nice and clean, everything's good. No complaints in terms of durability, quality, fit, finish, anything like that throughout. Again, the other sleeve, everything looks good from my perspective. Let's see, in terms of use from the SSB, to me it's not a one-stop shop. So squats, a lot of people use it for front squats. I've used it for single leg work. You can do good mornings with it. I don't personally like good mornings, but that's just a personal, I don't like that exercise. This makes good mornings more tolerable, but again, it's just not a favorite exercise of mine. Joe DeFranco, I've seen before use it for weighted walks with some of his bigger athletes. I've seen John Meadows use it for some upper back work, where he specifically just rolls like this and up, so you're targeting kind of that upper lower trap area and stuff. Typically, so as I mentioned, I don't have shoulder issues, so that wasn't the intent of purchasing this bar, but I do have a friend who comes and lifts a couple of times a year who does have shoulder issues. He actually can't back squat because of it. This bar completely removes that issue, because you no longer have to get your arm behind your head, you're out front here. One thing you'll notice with this bar is the handles. On a couple of the bars out there on the market, the handles only go to somewhere around here. The longer handles I find helpful. Different days, different setups, different weights. Sometimes I'll grab it at different points. So just more options to consider with that bar as opposed to some of the others. Let's see what else do I have noticed here. Oh, the camber. So you'll notice the camber on the bar, I'll move this around, comes down just enough. So you'll see on some of the cheaper bars that are out there that the camber actually aligns with, it comes out this way, so it aligns with the handles, which is where you hear people talk about a safety squat bar throwing you forward. That's not the case with this bar. Because it's set backwards, the way it's intended to be, the way it was originally designed for a safety squat bar, you don't have those issues. This bar, squatting with it actually feels kind of like using a trap bar where the weight is centered. So if I had to say, to me, this squatting with this feels somewhere between a back squat and front squat hybrid, kind of. What that means for me is I can be much more upright as opposed to coming over in a typical back squat. It targets the quads very nicely, and I can still sit back to engage the glutes and the hamstrings, so it doesn't alter the squat pattern drastically or feel very different in terms of the normal movement. So if you're looking for a bar to complement your back squat, I think this is a perfect option. So I talked about the durability. One of my other videos on my channel, you'll see an Edge is actually using it for their promotions right now, which is awesome. Is me squatting, it's 365 I think, with about 120 in chains. The bar doesn't shake, move, twist, turn, anything like that. So I have no concerns that the bar can hold hundreds of pounds more than I currently hit. So if you're anything of a even above average normal human being, the bar should more than meet your needs in terms of weight. Overall, I have literally zero complaints. Great price, great quality. awesome specialty bar that's held up well. Rick is the main guy at Edge. He's great. Their Facebook, they're very responsive to questions and feedback. When I ordered mine, it was the first year I think they did the free shipping, and they got absolutely flooded. I think more so than they thought they were going to. Obviously never a bad thing, but that delayed their shipping a little bit more than they originally planned. They communicated out to everybody, let them know, gave everybody an ETA. Hey, this is our goal time frame to get bars out, so that way you guys can get them to use. And they met that. I've seen people order from Edge with huge orders down to 1 bar or just a set of monoliths attachments. I haven't seen anyone be not happy with the products they've received. So overall, I would highly recommend this bar. I honestly don't know why you would pick any other bar on the market from an SSB perspective, unless if for some reason you really want the customization abilities that the Kabuki Strength bar offers. The price point on this, I mean, it's an American-made bar out of Ohio, and it's everything that I would want from an SSB. So, any questions? Let me know. Thanks, guys.